Hello and welcome to our video. Today we're talking about getting a flat tire. When you're out on the trail, not here in the shop, you get something like this. It's flat. This video will be specifically for recumbents, but changing a tire, regardless whether it's a recumbent or a regular bike, the process is still the same. But we're going to talk specifically about how do you change the front tire on a recumbent. In order to change the tire, you're going to need some tools. So some of the tools that I have here, you're going to need a tire jack or a tire lever. Something like this comes in a set of 3 at your local bike shop. I'm going to use this one for this demonstration because most of you have this. I'll show you how that little hook works and how the hook on this end works. You got something like this. Here in the shop I use these. These are a little more heavier duty. They don't break as easily as say plastic because they're metal. Once you get the tire off, you're going to need a tube to replace it. I don't patch because don't trust patches. And then you need to re-air it up the tire. I use something like this, an air cartridge to air it up. We're going to use a compressor today to air it up, or a hand pump. This is a little quicker and smaller than this. And then I use this is the bead jack to help me put it back on. Some of the recumbent tires, my hands are not strong enough to put it back on, so I use this to help me put it back on without pinching the tube. With that, we'll get to changing the tire. So with the tire like this, and then you got the bike, you don't need to remove the tire for a front wheel on a recumbent on a tadpole style. All you need to do is turn it on its side. Now you got the nice work surface right here. I'm going to take these 2 with the hooks, separate them, and what I do is I take this part here and I'm going to hook it in the tire, and I'm going to pick a spoke that's on the top. You see, these are tight tires, and try to grab just the top layer. And then that's what this hook is for. You hook it right there. And then you move around. I usually go 1 or 2 spokes over. So it's this next one. So hook it. And then this is where the 3rd one comes into play. That's why they give you 3. Is that 3rd one, now it comes loose. So grab that 3rd one and just go around and break the bead off. Once that's off, I'm going to pull the empty tube out. Don't forget to get the little screw off of there. And then pull the valve out. Discard that. Now be very careful. Something sharp punctured your tire. So you can either take the tire off, and in this case I'll take it off, because I want to examine the rim. Did something happen on the rim that needs to be fixed? That looks okay. Now I'm checking the tire. So what I'm doing is I'm feeling on the inside and I'm looking on the outside. What punctured my tube? I'm feeling, and there it is. So pull it out. Make sure it's not on the inside anymore, and just keep feeling around all the way around. So I'm looking there. Is that a thorn? Nope, that's just a rock. So keep going all the way around till you've covered the whole inside of the tire. Careful, because something was sharp. And then I also look on the inside. I look, is there anything on the inside? Nothing on the inside. So we're good. We're ready to reinstall it. On some tires, you have to be very careful. If you look right here, it says rotation of the tire. So if you put it back on, make sure you get it back the rotation that it's supposed to go in the direction. So it points towards the front of the bike. So I put the tire back on. I just put one side back on. So now one side is on the tire. I now take the tube. Make sure you have the correct size tube. I open it up, and what I personally do is I add just a little bit of air. You can do that with the Presta valve, just to kind of get a thing where you can use your pump. So just get a little bit of air so it's got a little bit of definition to it. Find your valve hole, and then what I do is I put the valve in, put the little nut in there to keep, this nut is to keep the valve stem perpendicular to the wheel. When you stuff the tube in, make sure there's no twists in it. Stuff it inside the tire, all the way around. See, it got a little bit of a twist, so I did something wrong. Let's go back and fix the twist. So the twist is right here. So no twists. So let's put it back in. And that's why I put a little air in there. It kind of helps determine if there's a twist in it. So then I start opposite of the valve stem. And what I'm trying to do is I'm squeezing the two beads together and pushing it towards the center of the rim. And these are tight tires, so I can't do that. So this is where the bead jack comes in. This is the bead jack. This side goes on the rim. This side goes on the bead of the tire. So what I do is I hook this and I just pull it in. If you use a tire lever and try to wedge that in, like reverse taking it off, you run the risk of pinching the tube. And there, it's in. So now I'm gonna get some air, sorry. Wasn't prepared for the air. So now that I got the tire on, do this with a pump or do this with the cartridge. What I do is just put a little bit of air, just a little bit, and then check to make sure that the bead and the tire are centered. You look in to make sure that this is kind of even all the way around and everything is good. Add a little bit more air, double check, make sure that the valve is square or 90 degrees to the rim, and that's good. Third, add a little bit more air, make sure it's still good. The bead is in, and I think that's good. Now I'm going to air it up, press it to the tire. And we're done. If you're using an air cartridge on the road, just get it firm. Some of these cartridges will fill a tire in a half or more. So be careful you don't use the whole cartridge and pop the tube. Then you're back to the beginning again. So just get this firm, get home, and then recheck the pressure with the gauge. If you have something like this has got a tire gauge on it. Let's see, open up. This has got a tire gauge on it so that you could see the tire gauge. So this is an old one, but that's how you change a tire. And that's how you change a tire on a tadpole. Don't need to remove the front wheels. Any questions? Hope you have a good day, and hopefully you don't get any more flats. Have a great day.